In the bustling city of Lagos, where the hustle and bustle never seemed to rest, there lived a girl named Adaobi. She was the daughter of Chief Okeke, one of the wealthiest and most respected men in all of Nigeria. Adaobi was known for her grace and beauty, always seen in the finest silk wrappers imported from faraway lands, adorned with gold jewelry that sparkled in the sunlight. But more than her wealth, Adaobi was known for her compassionate heart. She often visited the less fortunate, bringing them food, clothes, and hope. In a small, crowded neighborhood on the outskirts of Lagos, lived a boy named Chidi. Chidi was the son of a poor weaver, who made a modest living crafting baskets from palm fronds. Though Chidi's family had little money, they were rich in tradition. Chidi had inherited his father's talent and spent his days weaving intricate patterns into baskets that told stories of the Yoruba gods and the ancestors. One day, Adaobi decided to visit the local market, where she loved to buy gifts for the people she helped. As she walked through the stalls, her eyes were drawn to a small stand where Chidi was selling his baskets. Unlike the other vendors, Chidi wasn't calling out to attract customers. He simply sat quietly, focused on his work. Adaobi approached the stand, captivated by the beauty of the baskets. She picked one up, admiring the fine craftsmanship and the stories woven into the design. "This is incredible," she said softly, more to herself than to Chidi. Chidi looked up and smiled shyly. "Thank you," he replied. "I make them myself." Adaobi looked at Chidi, noticing the sincerity in his eyes. "How much is this one?" she asked. Chidi hesitated. He knew that the rich rarely paid much for the work of the poor. 200 naira, he said, barely above a whisper. Adaobi was surprised. The basket was worth much more than that. She pulled out a 500 naira note and handed it to Chidi. "Here," she said. "Keep the change." Chidi was shocked. "But, this is too much," he stammered. Adaobi smiled. "It's worth it," she said. "Your work is extraordinary. I would like to buy more from you." Chidi couldn't believe his luck. Over the next few weeks, Adaobi became a regular customer, buying baskets from Chidi to give as gifts and decorate her home. She would often sit with him as he worked, fascinated by the stories he wove into each basket. They talked about their lives, their dreams, and the different worlds they came from. As they spent more time together, Adaobi began to realize that Chidi had something that no amount of money could buy: a deep connection to his culture and a profound wisdom that came from understanding the world in a way that few did. Chidi, in turn, admired Adaobi's kindness and the way she used her wealth to help others. One day, as they sat by the lagoon, Adaobi turned to Chidi and said, "You know, you have taught me something important. Wealth isn't just about money or possessions, it's about the richness of the soul and the stories we carry within us." Chidi smiled. "And you have shown me that true beauty lies not just in things, but in the heart that gives them." Word of their friendship spread throughout Lagos, and many were surprised that the daughter of Chief Okeke would spend her time with a poor weaver. But Adaobi's father, who had always been proud of his daughter's compassion, saw the joy in her eyes and knew that Chidi was special. When Adaobi told her father that she wished to marry Chidi, Chief Okeke was hesitant at first. But after meeting Chidi and seeing the respect and love they had for each other, he gave them his blessing. Adaobi and Chidi were married in a grand ceremony that brought together people from all walks of life, from the richest to the poorest. It was a celebration not just of their love, but of the unity and understanding that they represented. Together, they continued to help their community, blending Adaobi's resources with Chidi's cultural wisdom to create a foundation that preserved Nigerian traditions while supporting those in need. And so, they lived a life filled with purpose, showing that true wealth comes not from what we have, but from what we give.